So I'm going to call this the Traffic Fixers Update, whatever the official name is from Colossal Order, because we've got new traffic route tools, we've got new parking lots, we've got new asymmetrical roads, we've got new cul-de-sacs and roundabouts, which can all help with traffic, as well as so much more in this new free update. You're going to love these items. Let's dive in and take a look. Right, we've got so much to get through, and I've laid it all out for us so we can take a look at every single new detail. Let's start over here with the new parking roads, 6 perpendicular and 6 angled. So if you don't know what that means, so we've got it parking straight off the road like this or at an angle, depending on which direction you're going. It's angled for easier driving in and reversing out. These can all be found, of course, under the road menu down here. We start off with the small roads. Then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 in here. And then we go to the medium roads, and we've got a couple of extra ones here as well. So let's just have a look at what we've got, starting at this end. So we've got the normal 2-lane road with the perpendicular and the angled parking. And then we've got the 2-lane road, but with the divides down the middle. What do they actually call that in here? Divided. Yeah, there we go. That's what it is. So divided down the middle, which is excellent. And we've got one-way roads going in each direction. If I open that, yep, we can see the arrows. So that is perpendicular and angled as well. And then we've got the alleys. I think these ones are. Let's grab that one there. Yeah, perpendicular parking alley and angled alley parking, which is just great. And then we have, let's click on this one as well. This is the one-way perpendicular parking alley and the angled one as well. And then we've got the 4-lane roads. We've got 4-lane with each type perpendicular and angled parking. And I really like some of these. I think these ones here are going to be great for making, let's just grab that one there, for making sort of parking lots. So you could add a little road in between. I mean, how close could we go? If I keep the Anarchy mod off, I mean, yeah, we can literally go right up against it, although it does have a little bit of a problem. So maybe, let's just try that again. Oh, yeah. Let's pick a pick of that. Pick a pick out, thank you. If we go one away, there we go. A little bit more realistic, perhaps, like so. Yep. That's all one way, and then we could grab the alley, and we could even connect those together. Yeah, there we go. So now we can start designing our own parking. And of course, then if you are using mods, you could move these together, couldn't you, like this? Yeah, you get the idea, but even without mods, I think that looked very good. So let's move that all back again. You could put some trees down the middle. Yeah, excellent addition. So more parking options. We haven't finished with all the parking options that are in the game. Well, that's what we've got at the moment. Then we get on to the cul-de-sacs. We've got 11 new cul-de-sacs. And I've just put mini roundabouts as well, because this is something that I thought was missing from the game, and now we've got it. So again, down in the road menu, we've got a brand new one called cul-de-sacs here. And we've got 3 different sizes. We've got the small, the medium, the large, so 4 different sizes. And then the very large, 3 different types. So we've got the asphalt, we've got the grass, and then the tree. But then when you get up to the very large, you just got the grass and the tree. You don't get the asphalt, because it'd be a big blob of asphalt, I'm assuming. But what I've done here, put out a little matrix so we can have a look at this. So even though they are small, medium, large, and very large cul-de-sacs, depending on the type of road you put them on, they vary in size. So just take a look at this row along the bottom here. This is small roads, medium roads, and large roads. So I've taken a 2-lane road, I've taken the 4-lane road, and I've taken the 6-lane road, divided road here, and then put the different size cul-de-sacs on them. And you can see these are all the same size cul-de-sacs, but depending on the size of the road, they are made bigger or smaller. So actually, you're getting even more cul-de-sacs. How many times can I say that? Than you sort of think you're getting. So yeah, that would be the small one there. And I think these are great. The different look. Yeah, we get the right one in there to start with. So that's the concrete one. So that is what it looked like with the grass roundabout on there, or the tree, or the other one. But you can sort of see the difference if I compare. So that's a cul-de-sac. That's the roundabout. So it's got the sort of raised part. That is the cul-de-sac with the tree. Let's get the roundabout with the tree. Yeah, so a slightly different look. You get the same amount of zoning around it, but these are the ones that I think that will catch the most attention, these asphalt ones, because that is really what you would see, maybe this one over here, in the UK, when you've got houses built around a cul-de-sac like this. That's what it would be. You would very rarely have a raised part in the middle. Sometimes you would, but yeah, I'm really pleased with those. But yeah, as I said, so this is the small cul-de-sac on a small road, small cul-de-sac on a medium road, so it's a bit bigger, and then on the large road as well. So you get lots of different types there. And then this is the medium-sized cul-de-sac. Again, I really like this one. When we get into Kettlewick, we're going to be switching out some of our cul-de-sacs from Roundabouts to, yeah, these new cul-de-sacs. And then you've got the large ones here on the small, medium and large road. There we go. That's the correct one with the tree. And then the very large ones, you just get two sorts here. So you get the grass interior, and then you get this rock and tree one. So that's on a small road. That is on a medium road. That is on the large roads. So yeah, absolutely looking great. So as well as the cul-de-sacs. Now these, I've put in here mini roundabouts because they can be sort of used as a mini roundabout. Let's pick a pick of this road here. We could just do a little, let's do a little test here. So if I just put a 2x2 road coming out of here like so. There we go. Now in the UK, you wouldn't necessarily have all of these crossings around there. So we can remove that, not just on a little road like this. If I click the right thing, we can get rid of that. But you would have something in the middle there. Now, before, what we've had to do is use like a roundabout like that, that's got the big thing that you couldn't drive over, but a very small, there we go. So you can barely see it, but having that in there as a type of roundabout, I mean, you could even go for the grass or the tree one. You could go for the larger one like that, and it's sort of, let's have a look. Oh, even, yeah, that's too big. That's too big. But this one here could act as a mini roundabout. Let's actually connect up this road here and see what it's like with traffic going over it. There we go. Disconnect the main road. So let's keep an eye on this. And I'm hoping what we're going to get, that is exactly what I was hoping would happen. They are just going to drive right over the top of it, which is absolutely brilliant, because that is exactly what would happen in the UK with a little tiny round. Now, if I put one of these on there, yeah, now they've got to slow down. They've got to swerve around it. Oh, that is brilliant. Let's just try the slightly larger cul-de-sac. Yeah, so that one doesn't put anything in. And they sort of, yeah, get confused, and then we'll drive over it. Yeah, let's put a grass one in. So now they'll start to go around it, and it acts more like a roundabout. Just out of interest, let's have the largest one in. Yeah, so it acts like a roundabout. So this one here, this is basically the mini roundabout of the UK. It would be nicer if you could just sort of see it a little bit more. And of course, like I said, when you're zoning houses off of these, you get the same 6 tile depth for the zoning. But yeah, definitely this one here, a little bit more UK looking than ones like this. Brilliant. Okay, well, that is the first part of the sort of round type things that we have available. We now have 7 new roundabout variations, which I'm absolutely loving as well. So if we go to a roundabout menu, you may have seen these before. We had the small roundabout, roundabout with tree, and roundabout with a bush. But now on top of that, so still looking at the small ones, you've got concrete roundabout with a tree, metallic roundabout with a flower bed, striped roundabout with a flower bed, small roundabout with an asymmetric centre, so keep that in mind, mosaic roundabout, diagonally striped roundabout, and the small floral roundabout. And you've got those in all the different sizes as well. So we've got here the small, the medium, the large, and the very large roundabout. And I put them on small, medium, and large roads so you can see what they look like. But I'm loving the extra sort of little detail around these as well. I mean, any more roundabouts in the game is always great for me. That is a nice one. I like, again, you can sort of feel like you could drive over some of these. That's the asymmetric one. It's supposed to look like that. That's what asymmetry looks like. That is very nice. I'm liking that one a lot. That's nice and interesting. So maybe now that this is something that's in the game, we're going to start seeing other creators putting some of their own versions together. But you can imagine that in like a city centre, couldn't you? With particularly like this one here, in our old sort of city centre builds that we've been doing. That sort of mosaic style. Oh, that's really interesting. So that is the version of this one here. So they've had a bit more space, so they put a bit more wiggly in there, which is nice. And then we go up to the larger road. I'd like to see this one here released as a tile or something that you could place in your cities. I'm liking that one. And maybe this one as well. And this is on the very large ones on a large road as well. Very cool. There we go. So that is all the new roundabouts that we've got. Fantastic. Well, let's move on to the next section. Now, this is something that's going to excite many people. I saw this and I thought of City Planner Plays, having placed all those trees by hand because he's got a vanilla city build going on. But we have a new line tool built into the game, which is just brilliant. So if we go into this menu here and grab some vegetation, let's take this spruce tree. We've now got a tool mode. We've got place one, we've got place a line, we've got draw a curve, and we've got place multiple, which we've had before. So it's the line and the curve. And when you select, say, a line, you can still select the age of your tree or a variety thereof. And then we have this one here. You can have the distance from the tree. Now, this distance will be adjusted depending on the width of the tree or the bush that you're using as well, because obviously some can get closer together than others. So that would be the closest for that one, the furthest apart. There we go, like that. Or if we get a nice big oak tree, there we go, various ages I've got selected, so you've got the different heights, or like that, so you get the idea. So that works with trees and also props as well. So let's maybe dive in here and grab some of these tables. There we go. So you might start putting some of these out. Now what you can do as well is before you place the item, you right click, swivel it around, get the angle that you want it. There we go. And then you left click and place them out. And that is how that works. And then of course the curve. So let's grab a bush over here. And the curve. And we're going to go up, go along. And you get the angled markings as well. So you can do that. We don't have a continuous curve, which is a bit of a shame. I would have, don't worry, I'm not trying to do a circle. Which is a bit of a shame. That would have been good. It doesn't work like the continuous curve line tool, which I still have down here because there is an updated version of the line tool mod coming. So for instance, if I go into here, then we get all the other options that the line tool mod gives us. But if we don't use that and use the in-game one, this is what it looks like. So yeah, I mean, that's very good. So it still leaves room for let's just grab something else here. It still leaves room for the mod that's available on the workshop. There we go. But yeah, maybe they will add a continuous mode to this as well. Not at the moment, but I mean, that is, I didn't even try then. I managed to get a circle. So yeah, brilliant addition to the vanilla game. I know a lot of you are going to be excited about that. Something else I'm very excited about, the new roadside tree selector. Oh, look at this down here. So we've got these different types of trees on the road. So up until now, if you place, let's get a tree line. What can we get? Let's get this one here. It's got the divider in the middle. So normally you'd place that down. We then go to the road services menu. You might put some grass in the middle, and then you might plop a tree, and you just get this basic tree. And over time, that tree would grow up. Well, now, if you go into your landscaping menu, pick a different tree. Let's go for alder. And you do have to sort of highlight the cursor in the right place. Otherwise, it doesn't sort of look like it's going to do it. But again, you've got the distance. There we go. We can have them a long way away. Oh, no, the distance isn't actually making any difference, is it? I want to do the singular one here. There we go. Very good. So we can switch that out. We can have some oaks. We can have... Now, I think... Yeah, there we go. Excellent. We can do it with bushes as well. We can basically do it with everything. Let's add palm trees in there. There we go. And that works whether it's on the side or in the middle. So let's put some grass on both sides. You don't have to put the grass on there. That's just what I like. And then we'll grab those palm trees again. And there we go. We can have palm trees on both sides. Excellent. I think it always has to be the same. Or we can... Yeah, it's either the side or the middle. Oh, that's remove the grass, isn't it? So if I remove those first, then I can put them on the side. I don't think you can have a different tree on one side to the other. Is that a different tree? That looks like a different tree. Let's do that again. You can have different trees on either side, or you can have a tree on one side or not the other. Oh, there we go. Excellent. So there is some flexibility. But on that one side, it always has to be the same tree. And it looks to me, are they facing different directions? Are they randomized at all? Not really. No, they're all facing the same way. But that is a huge upgrade. I am liking that one a lot. That was definitely missing from the vanilla game as well. Right, let's have a look at our service vehicle parking. Now, this might seem like an odd one, but believe me, you're going to love this one too. Now, first of all, we do have a new small taxi depot that's been added, and you might notice these taxis that are parked at the side here. They're not props. They are the actual taxis that are going to be used in your city. Now, there is no city here, so to help us to visualize what's going on, I've just plopped down a few other props here, and this bus depot has some buses outside. Now I'm going to see if I can set up another bus line, and you will see these buses will actually go out and drive. So, oh, here we go. Look, we can watch this police car coming back. Right, police car returning from duty, or is he out on patrol? I was hoping we're going to see him park. Let's see what happens. No, I think he's out on patrol. No, oh, I thought he stopped. He did. He has. He's gone in. Oh, we missed it. He drove in up here and went and parked at the back. So instead of now driving into the building and disappearing inside, they will literally park in the parking. Right, let me give you an example with some buses. I think that'll be the best way to do it. So how should we do this? Let's go into our current bus line that we've got. I've got one over here. This line details has moved from over that side to over this side. At the minute, we're using 18 buses on here. I'll drop that down to 12. There we go, and then we will put in another bus line. I've got a load of bus stops over here. So we go from there to there, and then back to here again. Complete route. Yep, there we go. Excellent. Very bad route, but that's fine. I'm going to change the colour of the bus. So let's just keep this view going down here. Hopefully I want to do it before any buses start heading out. We're going to make that one red. And I'm hoping the buses are going to change colour up here. Maybe not just yet. And then what we should see is our new red buses going out from somewhere. Oh, some buses are coming back in. Oh, we're going to see them parking. Look at that. Reverse a bit, going into the space. That is absolutely brilliant. Oh, here comes some red ones. Oh, they're coming in from outside of town for some reason. This is what we want to see. And they're going in. Oh, I love the little parking animation as well, to get themselves perfectly lined up. And there's some other buses going around, doing some routes, stopping over here at the bus station. That is absolutely brilliant. And that is the same for all service buildings or any that have parking available on them. They will do that. We've got a taxi that's going out there. That's probably coming from outside the city. But again, a nice little visual addition to the game that I am really enjoying. Well, that is not all. There is more that's being added in this fantastic patch, and that is traffic routes, which is something we had in Cities Skylines 1 that we haven't had in this game. I'm going to select this road on here, and you'll notice another option down the bottom, and you can toggle traffic routes. So toggle the visibility of traffic routes and associated paths connected to the selected object. So we've selected this road, and it will show road, water, air, rail, and pedestrian. Well, of course, on this we're only going to see road, water, and pedestrian. I don't know why electricity is not on there for some reason. I'm not sure. But if we select that little icon, there we go, and then click on this road. Oh, there we go. We select this road where there actually is traffic going backwards and forwards. That would be better, wouldn't it? Oh, we can see, yep, suddenly someone's been added to this road, which is probably, let's have a look. Yeah, somebody coming in to turn around. But yeah, on this very busy road, we can see the traffic routes being added. You can sort of see them being updated depending on how many is moving in each direction. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, this one's thicker than that one. So I think there's more going to the right than there is going to the left, which is good. And we can look at this little traffic flow and traffic volume to help us with that. Now, I'm wondering whether we can pick individual vehicles and see that. We can. So now we can work out where people are going Oh, this is good. If we've got any pedestrians walking around anywhere because there's nobody in this city. But yeah, I'm liking this a lot. So if we select that roundabout, cul-de-sac, beg your pardon. There isn't an option for that, but we've got one here. Everybody's coming through here. So super busy. But I like this option to see individually where items are going. So you can see if you've got through traffic just going through, like this bus here. The white colour gave it away. But yeah, that is really going to help with fixing traffic, I am sure. Something else that always helps with fixing traffic is parking lots. We've got 7 new parking lots and 2 parking halls. Let's have a brief look at these. So again, go into this menu under parking, and they're all mixed in with the other options that we already had in here. And we'll take a look at these. So we've got a small single row parking lot. So it's, how deep is that? Yeah, 2 deep. But again, that would be great for placing outside buildings. Can you zone off of it as well? You can't zone off the back of it. No, okay. Well, it's not a road, is it? So that makes sense. Then we've got this one here that's actually got built in, it says panel covered. So it's actually got solar panel in here. I don't think it actually makes any electricity, but we're sort of viewing this as it provides electricity for its own charging, because it's got charging options down the side there. But that is a nice looking little covered parking lot. Then we've got an extra wide, so medium single row parking lot, which is nice. Then we've got a medium solar panelled parking lot, which I do appreciate all the little details with these new little pots and things around the side, or flower beds, I suppose, raised beds they'd be called. Then we've got the moderate parking lot. There we go, which is just a very basic parking lot, isn't it? Then these ones here, which I really like. I mean, for out in sort of the sticks, out in the country, a small gravel parking lot. I think this just looks fantastic. Interesting to see. Can we see the individual parking lot spaces? If I sort of mess around with this, we can. So they are straight along there. Shame they're not higgledy-piggledy. That would have been good for gravel parking with no road markings. That's normally how it is, but obviously everybody parking in our cities loves to park very straight. But yeah, I love it. I love this sort of idea. And then we've got our 2 parking halls, as they're called. A small parking building. So we've got parking upstairs, and then we've got parking internally as well. Can't get down low enough to see, but yeah, there's some parking in there. It's a nice detailing. And then we've got this large parking hall as well. Just the sort of thing you'd see by a large shopping centre or in your town centre. Yeah, that is looking fantastic. And 8 new roads. Again, these are going to help with fixing traffic in your city, because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them are asymmetrical roads. But these ones here we have, let's use the picker mod. We have a small pedestrian street. So if we compare that to the normal size pedestrian street, if I could find it on here, pedestrian street is right next to it. So yeah, you can see the difference in size already. So it's a very small one. And if you look at this, you'll see that you've got, I think pedestrians walk this side, and this is for cars. What we could do is actually use the road builder, and we'll just have a look at that. So yeah, we've got 1 car lane, which you do need for emergency service vehicles, for buses, that sort of thing. But other than that, you've got the 2 shoulders and then the pedestrian access, which they will go up and down both of these. So yeah, that's fine. And then we've got a gravel road as well. So this is a gravel one-way road. This wasn't one-way, was it? Oh, it is. Oh yeah, it is one-way. For traffic's allowed apart from service. It's one-way for the vehicles, isn't it? But 2-way for walking. Yeah, that's where I'm getting confused. But this is actually a gravel one-way road. So a lot thinner than the normal gravel road, is it? No, not really. But you can see you've got extra walking on the side there. So pedestrians will appreciate that. This is a one-way alley, if I remember correctly. Yep, there we go. And then we've got our asymmetric roads down here. So let's just remove all of these unsightly traffic lights here. So what we had before, if I remember correctly, we had the 3-lane asymmetrical road. And then in the medium roads, we had, let's have a look one here, the 5-lane asymmetrical, which was 3 lanes in one way, 2 lanes in the other way. And then I believe that was it. Oh no, 7 lane. Yes, we had the 7 lanes. So that was 4 and 3 going in the other direction. But now we've got some more asymmetrical sort of odd versions. If that makes sense, you'll see what I mean. So instead of a So instead of a 3 and a 2 in the medium roads, we now have a 3 and a 1, which is absolutely brilliant because when you're thinking about going into a crossroads situation, this will work really well. So let's grab that one and I'll show you what I mean. There we go. So that has now given you dedicated lanes in each direction in vanilla without using any mods, because there is only one lane to go in each one, and there's 3 lanes coming into the intersections. They will have one for left, one for right, one for straight on. That is absolutely brilliant for solving traffic. Whereas before, if we were doing something like this, it would have been the 5-lane asymmetrical road. Let's just upgrade maybe this one and that one and that one, and already you can see it starts. Yeah, all the lanes want to do all sorts of different things, but this one here, dedicated lanes. I just absolutely love it. That is brilliant. So that's that one. This one here, we now have a 4 and a 2 as well, which will have a similar effect if you wanted the larger intersection. There we go. We don't always get dedicated lanes because some of these are going to want to go straight on, but certainly an excellent option. Then we get the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 2, which is good. Then we get a 3 and a 1 and a 3 and a 2, but these are highway roads. So if we grab they, as you can see, it says highway on there, 4-lane asymmetrical highway and 5-lane asymmetrical highway. So excellent for junctions coming off the highway, intersections, all that sort of thing, giving you lots more options. You'll notice as well that these have got slightly different icons. So that is the normal asymmetrical road icon there. If we go into here, this one is the normal one. The one without the lane arrows is now the look for the asymmetrical road. So you can pick that out a little bit easier. Another fantastic traffic fixing option. And we're almost at the end. We have 10 new pocket parks. Now, before we dive into our city and just use some of these items and have a closer look at them, we've got 10 new pocket parks. So these are found in the park menu under Parks and Recreation. They're all down here. But we have, let's have a look, a teeny tiny park. And these are great for filling up little spaces that you have left. These are all basically 1 by 2, 2 by 2, 1 by 4, 1 by 5 or something. You can see very, very small. So yeah, we've got the tiny park with 1 outdoor recreation. We have the mini park. So it's got some bushes and trees and some benches there. This is the urban parkette. Very small. A little bit of space for eating. We have like a canopy covered parkette. Is there any? Oh yeah, there's seats under there as well. A bit hard to see with the sun, but there we go. You get the idea. Square pocket park. Imagine putting some of these outside commercial places, restaurants, that sort of thing. Looking good. Urban pocket park. And then, of course, even in vanilla, you can then mess with the surface area tool. There we go. And you can make these larger to fill up spaces as well. And then with the props that we've got available, again, in vanilla. So we go into here. You can then fill these up. There we go. And do what you like with them. But yeah, that was the urban pocket park. We've then got the canopy covered pocket park. This is the wide pocket park. Very nice, very nice. Lovely little lights on there as well. Then we've got the modern pocket park, using some of these new raised flower beds, and the canopy covered corridor park. So I think these sort of roads, along with these sort of parks, I should say. Let me just try something out here. I'm going to move that along to here. Let's turn that off. Then I'm going to grab some of our new parking roads. There you go. Ignore the top section, but you get the idea. And suddenly, without the traffic lights on here, that'll probably look a lot better. Suddenly, you've got a nice little shopping area with a park in the middle, and then you can zone some commercial down the side. There we go. A few shops, some parks, some parking, some real excellent options that you can use now with all of these new items. Right, let's dive into our vanilla city, and we're going to put some of these things to use. Oh, I'm liking this a lot. Okay, here we are in Kettlebridge. Who remembers this old city from way back at the beginning of Cities Skylines 2? And yes, we've got some problems with death care and things. But we're going to ignore that. This city hasn't been through all the different patches. We do have a little junction down here that is very struggling with traffic. And I'm thinking that we could maybe use some of our new roads that we've got to help us with that. So we've got the 4-lane, 3-lane and 1 lane in the other way, which I think is going to be really helpful. I'm going to upgrade all of these roads coming into here. If I could try and keep that one at level with that one, that would be good. And this one as well. I'm not sure how that has messed up, possibly bits down there. Let's do that one. Excellent. And let's just run this for a second or two and see how that helps the traffic. And I think what I'm going to find is, because I've not run this game through any patches, it's going to struggle. But everybody's got dedicated lanes, which is great. And I think they're going to think about that for a few minutes. There we go, and it didn't take too long for the traffic to go down here. So obviously just chucking these down on every busy junction isn't the fix-all. We do know that. You need to use your brain a bit and have a look at what's going on. But yeah, this is working quite well. But this road here, I mean, you might then be able to use one of the other asymmetric roads. We've got 3 lanes coming in and only 1 going out. But you've got 2 directions for the cars to go. So maybe we could switch this one out. So maybe the 3 and the 2 here would actually work a little bit better. There we go. So now as we come down here, we've got a lane for going straight on and a lane for going left, which will be very helpful. Traffic's gone from there, traffic's gone from there, traffic's gone from down here. Absolutely brilliant. Now for the service vehicle parking, let's try and find something to show you what you need to do to get that working in a city where you've already placed items down. Okay, let's try it with this one here. So we have a normal in-game police station. So what we're going to have to do is replace this one. So we're going to move it, pop it back in, which I hope is exactly the same position. Didn't quite see where it was. There we go. And once you've done that, then any police cars that come and go from here, vehicles in use 2 at the moment, but when they come back, return to the station, they should then use the parking spaces. Let's just keep an eye on this. And here is a police car returning. Let's see what he does. And he's coming down the side. And is he going to head into the building or park in the service car park around the back? Yay! They use the service car park. Excellent. And there should be another one on the way back as well. Well, they were returning. Now they've been dispatched elsewhere. But we've seen that that works. So don't forget, yeah, any service buildings that you've already placed prior to the patch, you need to replace them, as in place them down again. And yeah, that will start working as expected. Excellent. You could do a Dukes of Hazzard jump over here, couldn't you? No, it's going too slow. Now, just by Tealand Downs here, we did have a whole section of zoning where we'd use the roundabouts at the end, but this was pre-zoning on the roundabout. So as you can see, these roundabouts here don't have the zoning attached to them. What I am going to do is just use the paths to remove the zoning from down here, because I know that's going to get in the way. Oh, this one has been updated for some reason and got it. But instead, I'm going to add the cul-de-sacs onto here as well. So I'm going to upgrade those, which will then give us the zoning, which is good. And okay, let us just zone in some standard EU low density buildings. There we go. And we'll see what these look like. There we go. They are in. Yeah, and I think these cul-de-sacs just look absolutely brilliant. And I'm certainly going to be using those in Kettlewick and as mini roundabouts as well. Brilliant. But certainly in areas like this where you've got high residential buildings with a lot of people living in there, we could take these one-way angled parking roads like so, upgrade all of this along here. There we go. And now we have parking outside. Even you could turn that around the other way like this. Although I did have the one-way road going in that way for a reason. Gonna mess everything up. There we go. Now you've got parking right outside where they live, and then the one-way road going down there. I think that would be an absolutely brilliant addition. And then something else I've just noticed, I was just about to flatten this out to put in a pocket park through here. We've now got a target height option, which I don't think we had before. So I'm right clicking to set this at the target height that I want. But we can now set the target height in game, which is very good. I think this is going to be a very winky wonky park because of this path going through there. But yeah, these pocket parks I think are going to be brilliant for filling up little spots of space like this. Let's pop a couple in here. Then, of course, using the new line tool, we can add some tables and chairs into our new little area here as well. So there we go. That is what I am calling the Traffic Fixers Update. I don't know what Colossal Order are actually going to call it. They haven't told us yet, but if it's got some other name, that's fine with me. That's what I'm going to call it. What do you think to all of these new additions? I think they are fantastic. I'm looking forward to putting these into our more up-to-date cities. So let me know in the comments if you enjoyed this one. And a thumbs up would be great. And then check out the next video on the screen. Have a great day. Take care. Bye-bye.